waiting for the sunrise, which should be in about 15 minutes. This campsite was idyllic. And right up there on that mesa is where Arnulfo lives. And that was the false direction I was heading. Right when GPS told me I was going the wrong way. I had to backtrack and find this obscure trail. Well, now I can well see that Rider's GPS didn't want to send me on the road that was going this way because there's no way that's going down into the canyon. This is the correct way. Just talking to Arnulfo, he said, follow this sendero and I'll wind up on the road that goes to Batopilas. So I'm scouting without the bike to see if this is indeed the trail. Yes, it's a trail of sorts. My friends, the donkeys, are up there, pointing the right way to the trail. An old gate. So now I have to do a little bit of scouting to see if this is the direction of the trail or if the trail goes up here. Going straight ahead. Not so good, but it is a trail. Maybe they connect up. This is looking less and less like a trail. And that down there is looking more and more like a bona fide trail, so I'm taking the one lower one. This is pretty rough stuff. Getting myself and the bike is difficult. This is the trail, believe it or not. I think I'm mostly below the cliffs. Well, I just had to cross this barbed wire fence twice. Who knows why? Somebody put this up. So I've only traveled under 2 miles. My campsite was right up there. Well, I went scouting and I could see where I think I made my error. This is an interesting water pipe. Now I just have to find my bike again. I scouted pretty ways down before I realized what happened is if I keep going the course I was on, it cliffs out pretty bad. And I could see the trail down below. Just to drop below those cliffs. Before you get to the cliffs. I was above the cliffs on the trail I was on. The trail that disappeared. Which forced me to start scouting. I found it. It's much higher than I thought it was. Close to 3 hours without water. I'm in survival mode. Just trying to make it to the river. The river is life. I left my bike because I'm too weak to lug it down here. I marked it with a GPS. The river is in sight. Finally made it down to the river. 3 hours without water. I was dying. Just dying. Now I gotta go back and get my bike. I gotta climb a mile back up to get my bike. Oh, it's just too weak. Too weak to carry my bike another step. I knew I had to get down and get some water. Yippee! I found my bike. Now I got a really tough trail to get down to the river again. I mean really tough. Some of it a little bit dangerous. Bike might slide down the mountain a little ways. Good morning. Such is my campsite this morning on the beautiful Rio Cerro Colorado. And right up there is the road to Patopilas, my destination for today. I think I'm going to get a hotel. And even though it's not very far, just kind of decompress after yesterday. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I've done a lot of hard things, so it's not the hardest thing, but it was close. Muscling my bike down a Tarahumara trail, 9 miles, out of water for 3 hours. Abandoned my bike a mile up the trail, hiked down to the river just to survive, because I needed water. Then I hiked back up, retrieved my bike, made it down to the river in time to set up a camp.